Explain construction of balanced beam type relay with a sketch. So in this type of relay there are two type of construction. One is hinge support or a single coil operation, and for the another type of construction there are two operating coils, or the one coil is operating coil and another is the restraining coil. So there are two coils. So there are two type of constructions, and in this the beam is supported in the first type of construction on a hinge type support, which is made up of a soft iron material, and beam itself is made up of the soft iron core material. On one end of the soft iron plunger is placed the solenoid core. So the solenoid core is also made up of this soft silicon iron core. That core is generally used to build up for the transformer and all type of material. The similar material is used for the core construction, over which the winding is wound. This winding is generally of a copper material. On the other end of the beam, it is supported by the spring. The spring is generally made up of phosphorus bronze material. During the normal operating condition, the beam remains like this in the horizontal position. So the beam is supported in such a way that the force produced by the spring, that is the restraining force, is balancing the force produced by the current flowing through the coil, that is the force of attraction. The trip contacts are placed at the operating end of the beam such that whenever the force exceeds, the trip contacts are closed and they move in the downward direction, means this plunger is attracted in the core itself. So these contacts are made up of the silver alloy, generally silver cadmium oxide. Whenever these contacts are closed, the trip coil is energized, and this will operate the circuit breaker and isolates or the disconnects the healthy part and faulty parts, so the system remains in healthy condition. On the another type of construction, there are two type of cores. One is for the operating coil and one is for the restraining coil. So two cores are constructed of a similar material that are used for the core construction for the transformers. Coils are made up of copper wound on it. The operating coil is energized by one quantity and the restraining coil is energized by the another quantities. These quantities may be our current, voltage, or either voltage and current combination. So there are four possibilities with this type of construction. Also this beam is supported by the spring force that you can visualize with this spring. This is made up of phosphorus bronze material. The contacts are used and they are generally made up of silver alloys, generally silver cadmium oxide. So there is no another difference in the construction of this type of relay. Only just one is that in one type of construction it is having only one coil, and here there are two coils. One is operating coil and another is the restraining coil. So this is how the construction of a balanced beam type relay can be understood with this type of sketch.